the winner of Big Brother 2002 is Kate. Kate entered the house unknown, and now she's taking her first innocent steps into a life of unseen wealth and privilege, fame beyond her dreams, and general adoration for the first female winner of Big Brother, Kate Lawler!
Last Friday, Kate Lawler won Big Brother 2002. This is the story of her experience in the house and the first few hectic days that followed.
Give it up for Kate Lawler.
In 64 days, Kate has gone from working in IT to signing autographs,
What's your name?
doing interviews,
Did you know how exposed you were going to be before you went in?
Not so.
and being chased by the paparazzi. Her trip to the top of the tabloid tree began 5 months ago with an application video.
I first thought about auditioning for Big Brother after my twin sister said that she was going to do it. And so I got an application form off the internet for her, and then I got myself one as well, and brought them both home, and she was like, oh, you fill it out, I don't want to anymore. I said, no, you should go for it, But it was originally my twin sister's idea for me to audition. She was just saying, I think you'd be really good. The video originally, the audition video that I was going to make, I was really nervous about making. I was thinking, what would they want? And all my friends were saying, do this mad thing, you know. I was saying, I'm not getting naked, that's a start, I'm not doing anything stupid. And in the end, I was thinking, okay, let's just do a video. I tried the talking thing to the camera. Hi, I'm really bubbly, I'm really lively, I'm really funny. And I just thought everyone is going to do that, and they're going to be like that. So I thought, no, forget it. I thought, let's do loads of little clips of you and put music over the top. And I was out with my friend one night from work, and he was off to South Africa on the Saturday. And I was saying that I'd audition for Big Brother, and I was trying to do the video, and I said, I'm just going to do a shot of me here in the pub drinking. And I was saying, can you film it? And he was like, why didn't you ask me to do your video? And I said, what do you mean? He said, oh, I make short videos, that's my hobby. And I was like, you have to do it for me before you go to South Africa. Let me come round your house. And he was like, I'm sort of busy packing. I went, no, I'm coming round your house. Give me a number. And he was like, oh, okay. So I went around his house. We sat there all day putting it all together through his PC. And I hear that all the Big Brother team thought the video was so slick that they thought I was a journalist, and they started checking me out. Thought I was something to do with the press, which is quite funny.
Of the 150,000 people who requested application forms, Big Brother met and auditioned just 2,500 across the UK.
This is the stage where we get to know a lot more, hopefully, about you.
At the auditions, Big Brother hopefuls played team-building games and were interviewed by producers.
That first audition day was the day that I was most nervous, and I was very negative about how I'd done. I didn't think I'd done well at all. We walked in, and the first person I actually think I spoke to was Jade, funnily enough. And I introduced myself because I knew she was talking really loud, and I immediately thought that girl's from London, and I just asked her where she was from, and she told me, and I was like, oh, I know some people from where you are. But she didn't seem too interested in talking to me, and from what I hear, she said that she thought I wasn't interested in talking to her, and I was like, oh, okay.
Up, lift your hand up, right again, right, there. Sorry, step left. Sorry, step left. That's it, forward.
Big pull here, guys.
No, you're not walking over. Right, forward.
This
In the afternoon, we all sat down in a big circle, and one of the producers said, okay, one of you is going. And we were like, sorry. And she was like, I'd like you all to write down the name of somebody who you don't want to be here anymore, and you should have seen us. We were like that. And she was like, well, if you want to be in Big Brother, this is what you're going to have to do. And we were like, oh, we don't want to do any evictions. So we had to write the name of the person and the reason why. And I remember my name come out a few times, but the reasons were so silly for me. It was like I didn't get to know her enough, and she didn't participate enough, and I just thought, I didn't think it was a valid reason. But Jade was just too loud, too in your face, not my cup of tea.
The person to be evicted? The person to be evicted is Jade.
But she was laughing, and I thought, good on you, girl, you know, it's good to see you taking it on the chin. And then she got up and she walked out, and she just said goodbye, and she was just laughing on her way out the door, and I just felt really sorry for her, but I thought at least she's taking it really well, because some people could have been like, oh no.
every time she went for an audition and then she'd come back, I'd always go to her, so how did it go? And she'd go, well, I don't know if they like me. And then sometimes she'd come back and say, I think it went really well today. And every time I would say to her, well, it doesn't matter, darling, you've got this far, you've done brilliantly. If you don't go any further, you know, that's great.
3 weeks later, the final 86 applicants met the executive producers at a secret London location. As well as being interviewed, they were told how being in Big Brother could be the worst thing they ever do.
Have you thought at all about, you know, any of the downsides?
I haven't thought a great deal about it anyway, because I didn't expect to get this far. So it's only for the last weekend when you called me that from Thursday I was really thinking about it, and every night I've just been lying there thinking, oh shit, should I, shouldn't I? And then my friend made a good point. He just said it'll either make you or break you.
But your kind of mum and dad having people knocking on their door at 3 o'clock in the morning saying, oh, you know, what about this? And, you know...
Do you know what? My mum probably would not. My mum would probably be really upset about that. My dad is a very hard-nosed man. He just tell everyone to fuck off. I reckon if the press was to go around his house or anything like that, he would just tell everyone to poke it and to tell them to mind their own business. And he would blatantly put everybody straight. He would put everyone straight for me.
Could be any ex-boyfriend. You'll be called Kinky Katie, and that will stick. That will totally stick. That's what happens if you've ever had sex. You know, someone will be selling your story there, you know.
That's the kind of thing the tabloids do.
Oh my God,
you cannot
that's crazy.
overestimate the devious nature of the tabloid press and the destructive impact it has on your life and the people you love's life as well.
He was literally saying stuff like, your whole life could be ruined when you come out. You could be the most hated person in Britain. You could be the next to Nasty Nick, a female version. And he really put me off, the stuff he was saying to me, like, you could be branded as a stupid idiot or a tart or this or that. You might not be able to get a job because you've been hated or you've been in Big Brother. You might not be, you know, you might be walking down the street and you'll get booed. Your family could go through all sorts of things, and that was the last thing I'd want. It would turn my stomach if I saw something like that written about me. It would. But I only care about what my friends and my family think. I don't care what Joe Bloggs thinks down the road. I really don't care what people who don't know me. They can think what they like. Fair enough if I was to go out and I was made to look like a complete and utter bitch or a whore or whatever. I was made to look like a bad person, and I went out and everyone was like saying stuff at me. I don't know if I could handle it. Like I couldn't say. I came out of that interview crying and phoning my twin sister saying I don't want to be in Big Brother anymore. But it was only when I went out with my friends and they were saying to me, you've got to go on it. You can't. Fair enough, take his advice and just think about it and think about what could happen, and if you're that scared, don't do it. But most of people were saying, if you get onto, if they offer you a place in the house, how could you turn it down? You'll always be thinking, what if I'd have gone in the house, and whether you could have succeeded or even won.
Well, these are the last 30 candidates now that we've whittled it down to. We've done all our interviews with the last 30.
On the 29th of April, the Big Brother executives made their final choice.
All of a sudden I saw Kate pull up in her car, and she had the biggest grin on her face, and she was running in, and because Des had seen this, and she was running in with the phone and smiling. I just got back from work and I was pulling up outside my house and the phone rang, and I knew it was Big Brother, and I thought, okay, this is it. You're going to get told either you're a standby or you're not in, or you're in. And it was Phil Jones on the phone. I was just so nervous. I pulled up and I was just shaking, and he's like, I'd like to ask, and he asked me as well, which is really nice. He said, we'd just like to know if you would like to be one of our housemates. And I was just sitting there in shock, and he was like, hello, he's still there? And I was like, sorry, I can't believe it. She just said to me, I was just sitting there quite relaxed and that, and she went to me, Mum, I've got in the house. And I went, oh no, I said, I was really like, I said, oh, I can't believe it, Kate. I said, come here, and I gave her a cuddle and all that, and it wasn't really sinking in. I'm just thinking, and she said, I've got to go now. So I went, oh, all right. And she hadn't told her dad because she had to go out, you know. And Des came into the room, and I said, he was sitting down, I said, I've got to tell you something. He said, I know what you're going to say. I said, she's got in. Anyway, we didn't know how to react, really. It was really strange because my parents were really not
enthusiastic about the whole thing. They were more worried and concerned. And every time I said, I've got another interview, they were just like, oh, okay, okay. And it was almost as if they didn't want to be excited just in case they were getting my hopes up. And every time I said, I've got an interview with this person, I've got another interview, they were like, oh. But it wasn't until I actually told my mum that she was like, oh my God. And she cuddled me and she was like, oh my goodness. And she was like, oh, I feel sick, I've got a headache. It was funny when I actually told my mum. And my dad was just a cool dude. He was like, no, you get in. Really cocky. Oh, I had a feeling you'd get in. Right, and he started giving me the old dad lecture. Now, we got to talk about a few things before you go in this house. I was like, okay, Dad.
I said 3 things, Kate. Please do not swear on television because it's very unladylike. Enjoy it, plenty of humour, be yourself, and last but not least, do not embarrass this family. And I said it to her 2 or 3 times, and she walked out and she went, and do not embarrass this family. And we thought it had stuck in her head until she sort of made a couple of boo-boos, but...
This was the most exciting time for me, the day before that I was going into the Big Brother house. I was so nervous because I thought that something was still going to happen that wasn't going to get me in the house. The producers were saying, if you get rumbled, if the press find out you're in it, you're not going in. We've got 12 standbys and you can all be replaced.
We knew that if it got out for the press, you know, that she would be cut from the show, and after all what she'd gone through and everything else, it was dodgy. So and at about 2 o'clock, someone from the press for the first time knocked on our door. And I've got to say, struck me down. I was visibly shaken. And I thought, that's it, we've blown it, someone's let it out of the bag and she's not going to get in. The reason why we got called in early, which I didn't know, I thought the press had been on to everybody, but when we got into the house, Jade sat there and said to everybody, by the way, you all got sent to the hotel early because of me. And we were like, sorry? She was like, yeah, I got found out, which doesn't surprise me because Jade is mouth of the South and she probably told half of Bermondsey. And I remember her saying that she told her hairdressers, and I thought, hairdressers, how could you, of all people, how could you tell a hairdressers, centre of gossip? Can you imagine the hairdressers like, well, you never guess who's going on to Big Brother, this person. And imagine the amount of people. So that does not surprise me that it was Jade who got rumbled, because she's got the biggest mouth in the world, doesn't she? And I personally thought it was me. I thought, oh no, I've told too many people, I was getting really scared. But no, it was Jade, and we were like, thanks Jade. We all missed our goodbye nights, thanks to you. But it was okay. I didn't get there till 1:30, but that was all a very hush-hush thing. I had to get into this car with a bin liner over my head. I had to walk out of the hotel and I had to stay with a blanket over my head until I got to the studios, just in case somebody saw me. And it was really funny because I got there and they said, right, this is your room until tonight. It was like a box. I couldn't breathe. I wasn't even allowed to look out the window. It was like really, it was one of those rooms that you got in like your primary school if you'd been told off. You'd hurt your knee and you'd go to this little room and it really stunk of TCP. It was one of those rooms. And I just sat in the room all day. I got the security guard coming in, frisking me. She was like, right, let me feel you. It was as if I was, I don't know, some terrorist. She was feeling all round here and going, right, feeling away. She was trying to open my perfumes. I was like, that's actually a perfume, it doesn't open. She was like, you sure? I was like, I'm definitely sure. Just to properly see if we'd taken anything we weren't allowed to take in there. Searched the whole of my cases. I'd packed it all neatly. She was like that. Taking it all out. I was like, just pack that, take me an hour, thanks very much. But I packed it all again. I had the time, so it didn't really matter. And then the closer it got, the closer I could hear the build-up. I could see lights go out. I kept sneaking out the window. She was like, stop looking out the window. I was like, I'm not. I was like looking out the window. I could see all these lights and I could hear crowds. And I was thinking, I didn't realise it would be this big. I remember just walking out and just seeing everybody, and it was all a daze. I remember just seeing all my family, running up to them, cuddling them. And they were like, we love you. And I was like, okay, love you too. And I walked straight over to the press, and it was really nerve-wracking because it was just like, over here, love, Kate, give us a smile, over here, look up here, look down here. And I was like, didn't know where to look, it was crazy. And then I went up, and the same woman, the scary woman who frisked me and searched me, she was like, searching me again. I was like, you did this about half an hour ago. And my arm's up, my microphone fell off. I was like, great, I'm looking like a complete idiot. I had to put my microphone back up on. She was like, frisking me. And then that was it, walked through the white doors, and the noise just shut off. And it was just like, hi. All the housemates were standing there. She used to come in here and do impression of Miss Sexy Big Brother, we called her. She was one of the executive producers. Tim, tell me, how are you feeling now you've been evicted?
Kate lived in the Big Brother house for 1,538 hours. The divide went up on the 8th of June for 29 days. Kate was on the poor side for 22 of them. During her time in the Big Brother house, Kate cried 25 times.
I'm on my period.
She performed over 602 impressions.
Big Brother House, this is Davina. You are live on Channel 4. Please do not swear.
2 days after winning Big Brother, Kate returned to the house to relive some of her memories.
Okay, this is the poor side. Doesn't have the same effect now the divide's gone down, but you know what? Do you know what? Although it was really bad over here, one of my favourite times was over here because it was just the whole experience. Like I'd experienced being in a house with people I like and being in a good environment. I experienced that nearly all of my life, meeting new people, not knowing them, getting on with them and being in a good environment. And over here it was like you've got to learn to make a barbecue. You have to learn how to feed the chickens and give them their medicine. You have to learn how to eat chickpeas, and you have to go to the toilet outside in the pouring rain. And it was just so horrible at first, but in the end, when I got chosen 3rd week running to stay over here, I was just cracking. Like when I failed the task, I was so gutted and I was so upset because at one point I bashed my head in the coal bunker. Ow! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh no, you didn't want to do that.
I broke my sunglasses. It was my time of the month. Alex was still annoyed me because he'd chosen Jade over me, and I just lost it. I went in the diary and had a good cry, and I was like, this is all getting to me. It's so hard. I'm really missing my family. Like, if I'd have broke these about 2 weeks ago, I probably would have laughed, but because I think it's that time of the month, I started crying, which is really sad, because it's only a pair of sunglasses, but I'm just a bit... I just hate being on the pool side. This bit here of the room, this was my main bed when I was over the poor side, and it really reminds me, this room, mostly of when I spent the week with PJ, Johnny and Spencer, because I had such a laugh. I turned into a mum. I've made you all a cup of tea. And I was like making them dinner. And I was like, anyone want some I kind of enjoyed it. I was like, anyone want some washing done? Did the washing. Just got to do 2 more things, your pants and your...
My pants?
Your pants and your trousers. I used to make all the beds. Do the chickens. So I used to like pamper them, and I was like, oh, this is so nice being the boss of being looked after. Spencer never really liked talking about things and feelings. Spencer was lying in bed, and I could see he was just like, and he was just lying there, and I was like, you all right? I was like next to him, and I thought, that's such a rubbish question, you all right? Of course he's not all right, he's up for eviction, he's going tomorrow, or he might be. And he went, I'm fine. He goes, I don't want to go tomorrow. And I was like, I know you don't. I was like, don't worry, it's all right. And he was like, I hope I don't go.
I'm getting evicted tomorrow anyway.
And I just thought, I know I'm on camera, people are going to take it the wrong way, but I just felt like I'd have done it to anybody else. And I just grabbed his hand and held it straight for his arm. And like just to say, no, it'll be all right. But it wasn't. He went. I was gutted. Funniest moment in here, Johnny coming over just going, do you fancy some chocolate? And we were like, yes. Yes, and we all got on dry blue blankets and we crawled out. Johnny went over to the rich side and stole the chocolate, brought it back in here. Me and Spencer was munching it so much, we got it taken off us, and Big Brother was like, bring all the chocolate to the diary room. We were like, gave it back, we kept one bar, they didn't know. Yeah, we ate it all week, we picked it, we were like that. When they weren't looking, I went, oh, I bought some chocolate over from the poor side. I thought I'd save it till we got really desperate, and it was blaming the bar we'd nicked. I thought they blatantly know, they're just seeing us suffer, so they let us get away with it. It was hilarious though.
In the diary room, the housemates shared their highs.
Right, Pat! Packet of pork scratchings! Packet of bacon fries!
Their lows.
I just don't want to be here anymore.
And 104 nominations.
My first nomination this week is Alex. Alex. I'm going to nominate Alex again. And this is my favourite room because this is where I could come to get away from everything and let out every single emotion I had. It was really nice to be called into the diary room and every other day, and just them asking you questions. You felt like you get a load off your chest. If you were feeling down, they made you feel better. If you were feeling happy, they made you feel even more happy. We wondered if there was anybody behind this camera. We thought they were right behind here, but they weren't. They was in the studio and they was watching us on a screen, which was really funny because I thought there was somebody right behind this. And people thought we talked to a television as well. We're speaking right to a camera and looking into a lens on a tripod, and it's so intimidating sometimes, and that's why you never see me go like looking at the camera for ages. I'm like that most of the time, and I really try to look into it, but it's so hard when you try staring into a camera when you know it's running. But there's nobody behind that lens, which is really weird.
This is Big Brother. Can Johnny please come to the diary room?
That's
oh
sexy,
my God,
Miss Big Brother.
that's sexy. I used to come in here and do impression of Miss Sexy Big Brother, we called her. She was one of the executive producers, but we used to be, her voice was so sexy we used to call her, did you know about this? We did impressions of them all. Miss Sexy Big Brother, because she used to sound like she was sat here in stilettos, suspenders, with a fag, a big glass of wine. This is Big Brother. Could Johnny please come to the diary room? Tim, tell me, how are you feeling now you've been evicted? She spoke like that, and we always used to come in here and do impressions. I said sorry to her when I go outside though. And I used to know when it was my chaperone as well, Mel. I always used to know when it was her, and she's the one that came on when I wanted to leave. When Alison had gone, she came into. There was somebody else in the diary room, and she came in to talk to me, and she made me feel so much better. She made me feel like over the moon. She turned my opinion around, wanted to go. She was like, Kate, we wouldn't have put you in here if we didn't think you were strong enough. And it was just so nice talking to somebody that I knew that I'd spoken to before I came in the house.
Big Brother appreciates it's a difficult situation, and you are going to have up and downs in the house, Kate, and this is a down, and the atmosphere may change tomorrow, but think about it and come back tomorrow. Remember, Big Brother is always here to listen, today or tomorrow, anytime.
Okay.
The stairs in the Big Brother house saw 14 excited arrivals and 12 nervous evictions.
Yes, these set of stairs are the most nerve-wracking set of stairs I've ever had to walk up in my life. And it wasn't even the fact that when I walked up them they were nerve-wracking, it was the whole, when everybody started to climb them, you're just thinking, what is going to happen when those doors are open? Are we going to see anything? Are we going to hear anything? And the first cheer we heard was for Lynn, obviously, and the crowd went mad for Alison, and I was like, oh my goodness. That was the most emotional time when I saw Alison walk out. I was like ready to go. I thought, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm so upset. She was like my best buddy in here, and only 2 weeks. It stupid. It sounds silly saying that, but she was like the life and soul of this house. I can't believe that she went. I really can't. I don't know how that happened. I hear there was only a few votes in it, like 1,000 votes between her and Alex or something. So gutted that she went. When Adele walked out, the first boo we heard, she was walking up the stairs and all we heard was silence. So all we imagined was that there would just be a cheer. And she opened the door, the biggest boo, and we just thought, oh.
Fucking hell. That wasn't a boo, I never...
And then we heard get Jade out, and we was thinking, oh, all the girls, or I was thinking the girls aren't liked, because Alison had gone, Adele got booed, Jade, get Jade out, and I was just thinking, oh, what next? It's going to be me, and I was so scared. And the time I climbed these stairs with Davina, I was quite drunk.
Kate,
Oh my goodness.
do you want to go and meet everybody outside?
No. Yes.
Everybody outside, do you want to meet Kate?
But I was sober enough to know what I was doing, and I climbed them, and I was like, I'm scared, I don't want to go out. And she was like, just go. She was like, does anyone here? Everyone ready to meet Kate? And I was just thinking, this is so strange, it's so surreal. And I remember walking out the doors, and I was so scared and petrified. I walked out the doors, and I was like, whoa. This is more than I ever imagined it would be. And I just saw cameras. I don't think it's sunk in, it still hasn't sunk in yet. It really hasn't. I saw cameras, saw my friends in the crowd. I saw people cheering for me. Loads of girls that support Arsenal were there. And all these guys like waving at me and big banners and stuff. And I was just like, this is crazy. It was so nice. It was such a nice feeling. So in the end, they hold quite good memories for me.
One more, I fell.
Thank you. Nice,
You're right,
thank you so much.
you must be fucking buzzing.
At 11:16 p.m. on July 26th, Kate left the Big Brother house to be greeted by friends, family and fireworks.
No, I never thought Kate would win it. No, her dad did, but not me. I didn't think Kate could win it. I just thought I just never gave it a thought. I just thought, you're going in there. I never thought Kate could do it, but not until it got till really like about 2 weeks before or a week before, when it was down to the final 4, and people kept saying to me, she's going to do it, she's going to do it, Sil, she's going to win it. And I used to go, oh, I don't know, I just think, well, when I got to the final 4, that was brilliant, and whoever won, to me, I thought all 4 was a winner, really.
She actually said that she went in, I'd love to be the first girl to take on the boys and be the first girl to win the 70 grand. Although, if you'd have asked her straight out, really, that was just a comment she come out with. She didn't believe she could win it, no way. I really swear to God, I knew she was going to win that.
When the final night came, a lot of people were saying that Johnny was going to be the first one out. As soon as I heard Jade, I was a little bit disappointed. I thought it was going to be Alex, but I was happy it wasn't Johnny. And at that point, I thought Johnny and Kate stand a chance in this. That's all I wanted. All I wanted was them two in the last minute.
I didn't think that Kate would win it, just like I didn't think myself would win it. The two people that if I was a betting person, I would put my bets on Spencer and Alex straight away, and I would have also thought that Johnny and PJ would have been in the remainder of the 4 as well.
When it came to the final day, I was wanting Jade to win, to be totally honest. I thought she deserved it most. I liked her most. I was an all-round person, I think, in the house.
I can reveal that the 10th person to leave the Big Brother house will be Alex.
Oh my God. And then when they called out Alex's name, that is when it really made me over the moon. I was so happy because I didn't care where I came then. I thought, if Johnny wins it, I'm so happy for him. Oh, Johnny. There isn't anybody in the last 4 who I would have wanted to win more than Johnny. Even myself, I didn't really care. I was like, if I come second, that is so, I'll come runner-up. And to be in the last 2 to me was the best achievement you could ever have. The winner and the runner-up to me. If you're the runner-up, that is such an achievement. And I really wasn't bothered. I had a feeling in my head that Johnny was going to be the winner. Once Alex had gone, I thought, right, I'm second. I'm so over the moon.
I looked at her and I said, it doesn't matter which one of us wins now. One of us is first, one of us is second. This is just fantastic that it's me and you that are getting this far.
It doesn't matter.
And when she won, I was chuffed to bits for her. You can see from the reaction.
Kate!
Yes! God! Need us! Oh my God!
I was chuffed to bits. That was her.
When we could see her up on the screen and I could see her drinking, I was thinking, oh, Kate, please don't drink any more, you're going to come out. But I knew it was for Dutch courage, really, because I thought she was just sitting there, and that must have been awful, that last 20 minutes of whatever it was for her, just on her own. And I knew what was supposed to be going through her mind. She was so scared and that. But I was just so worried she was going to keep drinking and not be able to get up and that. But once she opened that door and she came out, I just thought, there she is. Oh, don't she look lovely?
I wasn't convinced it was for me. I was just like, this is not real. This is so not real. And I remember stopping for the press. I was so overwhelmed with it all. I had a bit to drink, so I was a bit like, oh my goodness. I was like trying to wave at everybody, and I had people like trying to pass me things. Like, there was a guy who gave me like a bit of tobacco paper with his number on it saying, call me, I love you. And I was just like, oh my goodness. There's people shouting my name. And I remember walking up onto the big, they'd made a big eye at the stage, made out in the eye shape. And I stood on it, and everyone was just cheering. I felt like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if it was a wave or what. And this is the winner of Big Brother, and I could just see all my family waiting there like that. And I just wanted to see him and cuddle him.
Karen saying, I'm going to go, Mum, and I'm saying, no, you can't, you've got to stay, wait till the guy says you can go on. And I was holding Karen back because all she wanted to do was get up there, and all of a sudden they said you can go on. Well, Karen zoomed on, and I let the girls take the limelight and give her, and all her friends, she had her best friends there and hugged and kissed and that. I just couldn't believe it. And I was on this stage with all these thousands of people, and they're all cheering, and I was really clapping the crowd because it was hats off to them, I just thought, you've voted for my daughter. I know they voted for everyone and they all had their favourites, but obviously Kate got the majority, and there was a lot of Kate supporters, Johnny, Alex and Jade supporters there, but Kate had won it in my eyes, and I just couldn't take it in. I don't think any of us could. So we'd like to go and do it all again next Friday.
After the finale, Kate, Jade, Alex and Johnny gave a press conference before hitting the after-show party.
Hi, I'm Michelle from BBUK. Kate, how are you going to spend the 70,000?
You thought about it at all?
In the words of Johnny, I did not. I did not. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I'll pay off my credit card bill. I just bought my dad a DVD player on my credit card, so I guess I've got to pay that off, and I'll pay my car off. I'd like to think that I could pay the rest of my parents' mortgage off, because they've given me everything I ever wanted in my whole life, and I'd like to give them back what they've given to me.
Kate, this is a ring. Please take it. And would you like to go on a date with Chris Moyles?
A date with Chris Moyles?
Yes.
Bring it on, but I'm not going to put it on the engagement finger. I'll put it on this hand. Overall, I think I had a really good press conference. I enjoyed it. I didn't mind answering a few questions for everybody, and we all got asked sort of the same questions, which was cool. And then we were off to the after party, where I managed to go and actually finally see people properly. Well, I thought I was going to see people properly. I still didn't have a chance to talk to my family and friends there.
And because she met Duncan from Blue, I think she was totally embarrassed by that, but although she loved to see him, but I just don't think she could take it all in that he was there and he was talking to her, and all she could do was like giggle, because I think she was so like gobsmacked that he was there.
One more, I fell.
Did you have a dig Thank you. Nice, thank you so much.
You must be fucking buzzing. I voted for you 10 times. I'm trying to win. Did not want to drink.
I saw your message and I was like, ah. And then like the sound was low and I was like,
I'll show you.
And before I knew it, I was being whisked away from that party. And then I was whisked straight back to a hotel. And my dad came back with me. It was like my bodyguard that night. He was standing next to me all night. It was really funny. And this guy from the PRA organisation that looks after all the housemates when we get out had to come back to the hotel with me. And I eventually got to bed about 7 o'clock after reading about 3 issues of a magazine with Spencer and PJ on the front, just laughing. It was really funny.
Your dad's there right next to you.
Dad, stop him, Dad. I don't like it now. Mum, you need to tell Dad to calm down. I'd say to sum up the whole Big Brother experience from the moment I walked out those doors and down those stairs till right now sitting in my house has been absolute madness.
Kate.
I don't want you hanging around, Kate.
Why?
Because I don't want people seeing you.
Kate, alright?
I need to see my mum. What put me back to reality was coming home to my house in my little quiet street and seeing my family and friends. Hey!
And when she came back here on the Saturday night, her grandparents were here, and I whispered in her ear after she spoke to him for about an hour, I said, you better go round to all 4 of them and apologise for your language. And she did.
Language?
She did.
Alcohol.
I do apologise for my language, Grandma.
It was really nice being home and seeing everyone. I was saying to my dad, do you reckon I've got time to go to the gym tomorrow? And he was like, you've no idea, have you? You can't just go to the gym tomorrow. You've only just come out of the house, you'll be mobbed. And I was like, oh, I just want to get down the gym. But it was so nice being home. Basically, this is my old bedroom I used to live in before I moved out, and I've come back to live in with my sister until I found somewhere else to live. So nice walking into my bedroom and seeing things that, seeing a room without any cameras and looking in the mirror without going like that to see who's watching. It feels really strange though, but I'm so happy to be home and to be seeing everybody that I've missed. I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends as well, because I haven't seen half of them since I've been back. Ready?
You've got to get your chest far.
Chest, ready? Pump, 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 pump. Come on, bird. Right, okay. This week I've had a really cool week. I had a few offers and I've narrowed it down to a few. I didn't want to appear on every radio show, every breakfast show. Yeah. I'm just getting my makeup done because I'm doing my first TV interview with GMTV. In about half an hour I'm going to go on and do my first bit. So I'm just getting my face painted because I look quite rough at the moment and I haven't had much sleep.
3.
Another subtle fade out there, bro. B-rolling. Come to one, what do we say? Here we go.
Did you know how exposed you were going to be before you went in?
Not so, because I was in there for 9 weeks and every little thing you say gets picked up on. I've been to see an agent, they wanted to see me, and we said, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know, I don't want to start saying what I want to do, because it's just like always been something in the back of my mind that would have been like a dream job to everyone, I guess. But no, now it's here, I'm starting to question myself, thinking, well, could I really do that? Like if someone's saying we do TV presenting, and I'm like, well, could I really do that? That's it from all of us here. We've got a great show tomorrow when we're joined by Darius. Hey, they'll see you then.
Kate, glad to see you. Congratulations.
Darius.
Take care. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Darius. That was such a surprise. They never told me they were going to do that. Yeah, the biggest offer we had that I got given was an absolutely amazing offer from one tabloid newspaper. But I was just a bit worried about what was going on with the tabloids, because they wanted me for the next 7 days and I was going to appear in the newspaper every day with my face on the front. And I just thought to myself, everybody's seen me for the last 9 weeks on the television. I'm sure everyone's had enough of me. I'm doing an OK magazine photo shoot. I've decided to sell my story with their magazine, as I would like to sell my story, and I know that they're a magazine who won't twist things around and make up things when I've said something and they've totally twisted it around to be something else. Right. These questions you're asking, what are these for? OK magazine? They're not for the Express, are they?
They are for the Express. Is that a problem?
Well, I was told this was just for OK. We haven't signed a deal with the Express newspaper. This is the problem.
Well, in that case, it's complete news to me, because I just don't know. I don't know.
I was told that you must be OK.
Right, who told you?
Paul Carey, the guy who's looking after me at the moment, said that I'm doing...
Paul, the dog head guy. Right, I'm going to go and speak to him.
Because we haven't signed with anything. Karen. Yeah, they Express are part of OK, but signing with a national newspaper, it's like doing a deal with a national newspaper. I haven't signed a deal with a paper. I've only signed a deal with OK magazine. They're the ones I want to sell my story to, not the Express. I know they're part of the same thing, but I haven't signed a deal with the Express.
She better wipe all that off on me.
Hi, Paul, it's me. Where are you? All right. Just come up when you can, now.
This one, Nick, agreed.
Okay, so just run that pound bunny again. We're going to do one...
A piece for Sunday,
yeah.
A piece for one day next week, and then OK.
And then OK?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Almost laugh me a little bit more, OK? Fantastic. Fantastic. Just leaning into the sneaker tape. That's great. Just a little bit more to the side.
Seductive smiles that. Attitude. Happy. Sad. Vogue magazine have also asked me to be in Vogue, which is really nice. Vogue? Oh my god. What do you want? Vogue. I want to do a shoot with Davina and Dermot. I don't care if I don't get paid.
Cool, isn't it?
With Davina and Dermot.
Yeah. And a guy called, really cool, sort of did like Massive Attack, and he was really good people, so.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Because Vogue magazine is such a cool magazine. They have people like Madonna on the front. They have people like Helena Christensen on the front. They have beautiful people in the front. They're doing it for Davina, obviously, but just have me on the side like that. And now I found out Jade's going to be in it as well. And I was like, great, best friends on the front of Vogue. So hopefully she'll be there and she won't have any issues with me. And you'll see me on the front of Joe, on the front of Vogue next week with a black eye. This is from Jade.
Joining me live in the studio is Kate Lawler from Big Brother 3. Hello and welcome to Capital.
Thank you very much.
Since leaving the Big Brother house, Kate has been doing back-to-back interviews, and everybody wants to know if there's a rift with Jade.
The record of me and Jade, I have not got any issues with her. When I was in the house, I thought Jade had a heart of gold and I thought she was a lovely girl. She looked after me when I was down and she was a really nice girl in the house. But since she's come out of the house, I've heard a few things that she's had to say about me, which I don't think are very kind. And I'm just taking it with a pinch of salt because I don't have any problems with Jade at all. I'm expecting a bullet in the head any day now, though. What? I'm only joking. I heard she wants the chimney.
A few hours later, at a Big Brother book signing, Kate meets Jade for the first time since the rumours began.
I'm really looking forward to the book signing, actually. Regarding Jade, I'm intrigued as to how she's going to react to me, because at the moment it's all one way. It's all Jade's bitching about Kate. And I'm looking forward to seeing whether she's going to come up to me and be all nice to me, or she's going to go, "What up?
Hiya!" Your hair's really nice, actually. Blonde rather than black.
I know. Friday. Did you hear that?
And when you was on GNT, was it GNTV? Were you listening? Yeah. I was like, when I never even congratulated you, I thought, what are you talking about? I'm an actor. I was going, oh my God, Catherine, what is all this about? But,
No, you didn't. Oh, I don't remember you saying that.
I bloody did, and then you never spoke to me when we were Big Brother, Little Brother. But I did say maybe I was being misunderstood.
I said hello to you at Little
No, you did not. But when you're Isles.
Karen, didn't I say hello? You were next to me. I just said hi, Jade. So what happened when you talked to the son then?
Oh, it was just basically, have you done that?
Hang on,
Come on, chat. It was just basically like, did you see eye to eye? No, not really. We had to have ups and downs in there. I had more ups and downs with Kate than anyone else. It's bizarre stuff about chinning up. Get a life.
She said that we had our ups and downs and that, but she never said that she wanted to chin me. So, I can now take my bulletproof vest off.
Oh, it's proper mad, I tell you. I've been up since 8:30 this morning with my personal fitness trainer since 8:30 and I have not stopped. And after
got a
I've
fitness
got to go straight
trainer?
to Graham.
You got
Yeah, personal fitness trainer.
To lose all your weight?
No, to just get tone up. That's it, yeah. Oh,
She come in and she was overly nice to me. It was quite scary. It was like, oh, I'm sorry, I never said anything.
So it's obvious she did.
The press attention has been really, really strange.
In the 7 days since she left the house, Kate has been pursued by squads of journalists and photographers.
I don't like it when they intrude your private life, really.
Oh no.
Just
Should
go.
I sign?
No.
I feel really horrible. I don't like it. I don't see why I shouldn't stop and sign a few autographs.
Just been told that there's press outside my house now, and I'm waiting to go off to a magazine photo shoot. But I'd like to know what's so interesting about me coming out of my house dressed like in trainers and a t-shirt.
After 4 days of non-stop press attention, the stress is finally getting to Kate's dad, Des.
Dad's gonna block him.
Okay. Yeah, she said 6 to be on the safe side, so... Alright, that's good.
Dad, stay there. Tell him to stop.
No, it's here. It's got to stop left. Good man. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.
Got it! Love it.
Got him, Dad!
It's so sad. I'm just coming out of my house. What's the big interest?
I don't believe it. Your dad's there right next to you.
Dad, stop him. I don't like it now. Mum, you need to tell Dad to calm down. He nearly killed himself.
He's trying to kill himself because he wants to protect me, and it's no point. We're in a car. He's on his way home. We saw him at the roundabout, and he just went home. Tell him I love him and that I appreciate what he's doing, but he doesn't need to. I'd like to think that the next few months for me are going to be just as good as the last few days. I'd like to think that I can get back to my normal life and still carry on doing the things that I was doing before. I want to keep my feet firmly on the ground.
I can't wait to do some shopping.
Do you know this was really...
Size your size, size 16.
Thanks. I've been shopping for 10 weeks. This is so nice. I can't wait to go shopping. I'm going to get some new tops. I'm going to get some new clothes. Next few months definitely is for me to rest and recoup after this hectic week that I'm probably going to have here. I'd like to spend a lot of time with my friends and family because I feel like I've missed out in the last 2 months. And there's definitely a holiday in the pipeline because me and my friends booked it before we went away. I'm not going to go mad because 70 grand, it might not last me a lifetime, will it? So I'm going to go easy and I'm not going on a massive shopping spree. The experience has affected me in any way. I think it's affected me in a good way. There's talk of, I can't remember who was saying the other day, but there's people in the Big Brother house who perhaps have come out thinking there's something they're not. And I know for a fact that that's not me. I've come out exactly the same person as I went in. I know that it hasn't affected me in a bad way. It's made me more cautious and it's made me realise that maybe I won't be able to go out on my own. I won't be able to go and meet my friends in a bar on my own. I will have to go with people because people will recognise me.
Oh my goodness! It's so weird because she's really young, really, and they're just as nice as they are in Big Brother.
First time I was being asked for autographs, which was nice. I was signing autographs for all the children there, which was really cool.
Of course.
What's your name?
Emma.
I am Eeyore.
Thank you. I'm so excited about what's to come. I can't seem to sleep, I can't seem to eat. All I'm doing every night before I go to bed is just lying there thinking, what next, what next? It's so exciting, and I'm really glad I've done it. I don't have one regret about going into that house, and I'd recommend for anyone to apply for Big Brother, because I think it's the most fantastic experience you'll ever get out of life. And although I went through bad times and good times in that house, I feel like I've come out on top.
Hi!
Big Brother.
I'm really enjoying myself in here. I'm having a wicked time.
Hi, we're the Fame Twins.
Love you, mate. You're wicked.
Thank you. Farewell, my Liebe.
Every guy in here has just been absolutely so fanciful.
It's the biggest slut in the house.
Do you fancy Spank?
I think it's really gorgeous. Alex, you're always having a pop at me.
What the fuck's Alex?
I don't think Alex and I will ever have a one-to-one. Well played.
Thank you.
Adele, Jade, PJ. I'm shit. I've done it wrong. It was the easiest question. Anyone could have got it.
Don't worry, Kate, don't worry.
You have no idea what it's like until you experience being on the portal. I'm missing my family so much now. It's unreal. I'm just finding it a bit hard. Attractive.
This is Davina. You are live on Channel 4. Please do not swear. I repeat, please do not swear.
Me and you, right here, right now. The whole of this experience, Johnny's been like my big brother.
Love you.
Maybe I shouldn't drink so much alcohol. Maybe I was just a bit too drunk to realise what I was doing. Because I do get a bit funny when I have a drink. I don't have any regrets about being in here.
You alright, Kate?
I've never, ever in my whole life laughed as much. And I've had the time of my life. Total brilliant experience it's been. I've got people from down south, up north, everybody's behind me, and I feel so happy that I've done it. I don't have one regret at all.
Join Kate online for a live web chat in just a few minutes at channel4.com/BigBrother. The book inside Big Brother, the ultimate companion to the show, is packed with exclusive photos and interviews. It's in the shops, priced $9.99. Order on 08701234344 or click channel4.com/shop. Angel's next, facing a nasty peril. Sharp teeth. Good looking boy. He's coming.